Americans should start colon cancer screening earlier in life, according to new medical guidelines. The U.S. Preventative Services Task Force lowered the recommended age for screening from 50 to 45 because of increasing rates of colon cancer in younger adults. That means most insurance plans will now have to cover those checks with no copay. Colon cancer is the third most common cancer in the U.S. The American Cancer Society estimates there will be more than 100,000 new cases just this year. New research reveals several non-genetic factors linked to an increased risk of colorectal cancer in younger adults. Scientists from NYU looked at data from nearly 4,000 colorectal patients under the age of 50. It showed early onset disease was associated with higher red meat intake, less education, heavy alcohol use, and alcohol abstinence. A history of diabetes, low fiber, and low calcium intake also increased the risk. A new study shows many pregnant women with gestational diabetes are not changing their eating habits as much as they should. Researchers from the National Institutes of Health looked at more than 70 women diagnosed with gestational diabetes. They found while most moms did cut back on juice and added sugars, many did not reduce their intake of carbohydrates. Women who were Hispanic, obese, had more than one child, or were less educated were the least likely to make the recommended changes. And although there were fewer drivers on the road during the pandemic, pedestrian deaths soared in 2020. That's according to a new study from the Governor's Highway Safety Association. It projects that more than 6,700 Americans died after being hit by cars, an almost 5% increase from 2019. But when factoring in the drop in driving, the pedestrian death rate rose by more than 20%. Experts say the likely culprits were speeding, drunk and drugged driving, and distraction, all of which increased during the pandemic. Now let's check in with Hutch with one more look at your forecast. Hutch.
Thanks so much, Stacy. As we look off to the west, we're watching and monitoring for some thunderstorm development out west on Interstate 94. Those will be making their way slowly northward. As we go through the evening, the forecast shows the thunder and lightning chances will be between now and about 10 o'clock. Then as we go through the overnight, that boundary lifts northward. As it does so, the thunder and lightning will diminish, but the rain, hit and miss style, will continue. 60 to start your day. We warm up tomorrow. Low to mid 80s for many of us. Right now, radar showing storms blossoming west of the FM area, moving northward at about 20 miles per hour, exiting storms in northern Minnesota. We'll let you know if anything becomes severe. Not expecting it, but some hail, gusty winds, and a funnel not out of the question.
All right, thanks so much, Hutch.